It's going to be a good life. No one ever expressed that it was going to be simple. It's not fair to live. There are times when you simply have to go through it by yourself. This is what you do. How does your life go? So how do we make it through this? You have to get to your feet, get up and move around. The path that you have chosen was never intended to be simple or straightforward. For some folks, things are simple. AC. However, I dare you to take the difficult path. How should we make use of a life that has been bestowed upon us? In what manner should we respond to the situations that have been brought to our attention? Were we to give up? Will we take a stand? Are we going to persevere? Every single day we ask ourselves those questions. Those are the questions. When we are confronted with challenges, we develop a sense of toughness and resilience. The tough mass is responsible for the creation of tough characters, but you have to keep going, and when things get difficult, you have to become even more tough. However, even when you are standing on your own 2 feet and the storm is approaching, you still have to stand, and there are moments when you have to stand by yourself. To achieve greatness, one must put in a lot of effort for it to become a reality. It is not because it is difficult that you quit up. The fact that it is difficult does not force you to give up. You do not give up on yourself. Begin the laborious process now. When you are standing by yourself, it is imperative that you do it with a heart that is unblemished and a positive frame of mind, because there is no one else who is like you. There is nothing that may prevent you from achieving your goals. There is no one else who can accomplish what you do. Nobody else can stand as tall as you do. Carry on with what you're doing. When it comes to who you are on the inside, you have to be honest. It was never intended to be simple in any way. Try not to give up. Try your luck. Here's the question. How hungry are you right now? Can you tell me how much of yourself you are willing to give up? Because in the end, it is entirely up to you to decide. It is not possible to be idle and squander time. Considering that things will not always go the way you want them to, you can't just sit around and assume that everything is going to happen the way you want it to. That being said, I will tell you something. If you continue to lie around and waste time, time will continue to pass, regardless of whether you are there or absent. This is because you have already made the decision to lie in bed, because it's only that you were too exhausted to get up. You have the ability to make a difference, and it is up to you to do so in order to become a difference maker. You have the responsibility to act as a solution rather than a problem. You have to take this matter very seriously. Also, you need to be willing, and you need to be committed to the endeavor. There is no way around taking that leap of trust. It is clear to me. It is not going to be simple. You have my understanding. I went to my place of employment. Sometimes I am able to comprehend that. Despite the fact that I long to give up, I shall not give up. Consequently, while you are sitting about wallowing in self-pity and pointing the finger at everyone else, guess what you are not doing for what you are not doing? Because everything is up to you. Nobody is going to wait around for you to make the perfect choice for yourself, because it is entirely up to you. Simply said, get to work. I am on my way to meet you. When it comes to success, there is no time for your excuses. Your slothful behavior is not going to be tolerated by success. As a result, success does not have time for the individual who genuinely does not want to make a change. I am very aware of your nerves. Take that dread and convert it into fire. Every single one of us has experienced that. For whatever reason, each of us has experienced fear. Do not, however, give up. Continue to have faith. Continue to have faith. And continue to move forward. Embrace the unpleasantness, as well as continue to battle. It is acceptable for you to fail, but you should not believe that you lack the ability to succeed. Trust yourself and who you are. Don't have any doubts or feelings of shame. I had to go to work. You have to have faith that I will fight, that I will work, that I will push, and that I will never give up on myself. I am aware that I am required to work. It is clear to me that I must have faith. I am aware that I must have faith in myself. There are moments when you have to show up. All that is going to be required of us is to simply deal with the conditions and the difficulties that we are confronted with. It is impossible for you to be gentle. There is no way to be weak and expect brilliance to flow out of you at the same time. You cannot anticipate that something positive will emerge from nothing at all. You are not going to receive anything if you do not give anything. Now you should stand up. In addition, carry out your duties. A more in-depth investigation is required when it comes to the work ethic of the individual. At that point, you will need to exert more effort. At that point, you need to block out all of the doubters and the noise that is going on around you. At times, ladies and gentlemen, it is necessary to simply be silent and pay attention to the desire that you have. Take heed of your own heart. Listen to the truth that you have to say. Sometimes it's acceptable because, regardless of how hard you work, these things are going to happen regardless of how hard you try. Nevertheless, you do not have the authority to give up. When you have been pushed back, you do not have the right to give in, quit playing a blame game, and go about your business. You have the right to continue doing what you are doing. And even more difficult, I defy you to take that path, which is one that many people choose not to take. Combining your suffering, your passion, your concentration, and your faith will make you an unstoppable force.